The little girl quietly peeked out of the back of the car. She quickly took out the items Lisa had just put in the trunk. Just as the girl was about to leave, she was drawn to the crisps on the floor. The girl pursed her lips and licked the corner of her mouth. After a moment's hesitation, she put the items back in the trunk, but Lisa didn't even notice. Just as she turned to continue packing, the little girl quickly took out the items she had just put in, along with the packet of crisps, but she didn't get very far. She accidentally dropped the chips in her hand onto the floor. The sudden sound, Lisa's attention was instantly drawn to it. The girl was spotted and ran away. Lisa squirmed and chased after her. The little girl hadn't gotten very far. She suddenly saw a policeman on the side of the road. So as not to attract his attention, the little girl slowly made her way around the policeman. Then she ran frantically again with her belongings in her arms. At that moment Lisa came after her. She asked the policeman for the whereabouts of the little girl. When the policeman turned around, he happened to see the back of the little girl. And so it was. Lisa and the policeman caught up with her. The next moment, suddenly the policeman stepped on a tomato. There was some spilled flour on the ground. The clever policeman instantly showed Lisa the way. The two of them followed the direction of the spilled flour. The police suddenly spotted the vegetables scattered on the canoe bridge. The police were walking ahead. Lisa was following behind. She was picking up the vegetables as she went along. The little girl finally returned home. Just when she was so happy, suddenly she realized that the bag in her hand was empty. The girl was furious. She had gone to a lot of trouble but came back empty-handed. And by now, Lisa and the police had arrived at her door. When the girl tried to go back to pick up her things, she collided with Lisa. Lisa recognized her immediately. The girl tried her best to explain, and led them into her humble cottage. When Lisa walked in, she was stunned. The old woman in front of her was her mother. It turned out that her mother was suffering from a severe case of psychosis. Once, while Lisa was answering the phone, she turned her wheelchair and walked out. After an unknown period of time, the old woman was alone in the middle of nowhere, but she couldn't remember the way home. It happened that the little girl was collecting bottles on the side of the road, and so it was. She took in this confused old lady. The little girl was an orphan herself, thanks to the old lady's company these days, and the reason she took Lisa's belongings. It was also for this old lady. And so, the grateful Lisa took the poor girl in, and the little girl was finally able to live without any worry.